everybody here.
So it seems like the players already warmed up, so we're going to be going into their first song, which was Vic's pick, Crazy Shuffle.
Crazy Shuffle.
So very exciting one, very fun rhythm, makes you want to groove a little bit. Very exciting.
It's in the name.
And then we also have Poochie, which was CHOCCY's pick.
Vic dancing around to Poochie. They might be a bigger fan of that than Crazy Shuffle.
Oh, Poochie is such a good song. Actually, Crazy Shuffle, they're both really good songs that just make you want to dance to. Maybe we can go over to Dance Rush after this and groove a little bit to Crazy Shuffle.
Yeah, shout out to the Dance Rush team just behind us over here. That's another tournament that you can catch via the stream links. We also have 2DX, Sound Voltex, DDR doubles going on. Just about every sort of rhythm game you could hope for is being competed at a very high level here.
At this point. All right, so a little bit of information about our players. We have CHOCCY over here on the first side.
All the way from Puerto Rico. This is her first time in Ohio here with the Puerto Rico crew, and recently got her first 15 EXC. Again, a lot of that now.
How exciting.
All right, let's get this first song started. Crazy Shuffle ESP.
Oh, it's such a good song.
Yeah. Expect to see a lot of swing rhythms here.
Let's see how well the players are able to adjust to the swing rhythms with this. I feel like it's a very special skill set to be able to hit some of those the flams.
Yeah,
a lot of the songs.
they're uncommon. It's probably like one of the least used like styles of charting. Especially difficult when you have to switch back and forth between those and regular 8th notes or 16th notes.
So it looks like we have a tied first going back and forth between Homeee and Vic. Homeee from the previous school and this being Vic's pick. Only about a 5 EX difference, but you know, still very early in the song.
Oh yeah, lots of opportunities to pick up Marvelous here as opposed to your opponent's misses, greats, and perfects, because there are so many complex rhythms in this song.
I will say all of the players seem to be doing very well with maintaining their Marvelous window on all of those green notes.
Yeah, that lead's been kept to like around 5 or less EX or so. Still have half the song to go, and the song's pretty balanced in that there's the same amount of steps in the first and last half of the song. One tough thing is not only does the song ask you to hit those difficult swing rhythms, but it makes you do a lot of crossover patterns too. So harder to maintain a tight form when your chart is forcing you to move.
Homee's still holding on to that lead with only a 5 EX, but I don't think he's going to try and let it go.
No, at this point in the song, he's going to be pretty well locked into that rhythm. Though Vic is closing that to within one EX now.
Difference.
So we have a neck and neck race here.
This is,
ooh, those jacks be very, very tough to hit properly.
And it looks like Homeee takes it.
Strong finish there.
Vic in second.
Vic may have scared him a little bit there.
CHOCCY in third, and then
Pimtaro in fourth. Yeah. Pimtaro, another player from the St. Louis area, who's been playing for only about a year and a half or so.
Oh,
this
really?
is their first event.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So Pimtaro wanted to shout out our player BMG from earlier for putting together the St. Louis group, and then Pimtaro also wanted to give a big shout out to their loving and supportive wife.
Oh, that's so exciting.
We love a dance game partnership here.
That's so nice that they've only been playing for a year and a half, and they're already in full 9 of this tournament. So.
Yeah, it's just a few months is all that's in between you never having played this game before and going to an arcade, and then a few more months, and all of a sudden you're traveling to Ohio to compete against others.
So we have Poochie, which is CHOCCY's pick.
I know you're a fan of this song,
Poochie.
so tell us a little bit about Poochie.
This song is so good. So, you know, we have the slowdown in the beginning and then the slowdown at the end with a very fast part in the middle. So, fast part in the beginning and the end, and a very slow part in the middle. So, you know, a little bit difficult for just like figuring out your read speed on it.
Emphasis on fast there. This song goes up to 220 BPM. Usually 200 is kind of around the cap that you see for songs, so anything above that is notable.
The slow parts in this song feel very much like a leisurely walk.
Yeah, Vic picking up an early good there just to show how hard it is to kind of lock in on these slower sections.
then our first speed up.
And you would think the song would be fast, but nope.
And then another slowdown that can trip someone up very easily.
All the players handling that very, very well.
So there's a lot of crossovers in this song that are optional to double step, but it does feel really good to be able to do the crossovers in some of them.
Yeah. Crossovers when they're slow do feel pretty fun to hit.
Wow, only
very
about
close race between first, second, and third here. This is neck and neck. All right, with CHOCCY pulling up out of that kind of race there and now ahead by 5 or 6 EX. Pimtaro hanging in there, pulling out of the more difficult section of the slowdown into this kind of more relaxed 8th note rhythm area. And right after this, we're going to pick up the song and we're going to go to the last fast section after one more slowdown part here.
This part feels great to, you know, this is a chance to let go of the bar if you want to and just kind of do those crossovers, but...
It's the Ohio one-handed special there.
Not much song left here.
Yeah, Vic closed that gap a little bit over there, but that CHOCCY pushing even further ahead.
Still really nice gold combo.
Yeah.
Looks like got a miss tripped up in a little bit and somewhere in the middle.
All right.
A very comfortable MA on this.
Very last part of the song here for the players to pick up a few more points. And a commanding win from CHOCCY, 23 EX. Followed by Vic, Homeee, and Pimtaro.
Alright, so our next songs are going to be Vanity Angel, which was a random pick, and Orion 78 Civilization Mix, which was Pimtaro's pick.
Yeah,
so
these next two songs may be familiar to those of you who played DDR, quote unquote, back in the day.
Yeah, was that you?
Certified classics.
Pimtaro picking what I would consider a quite evil song out of the song list, because Orion 78 Civilization Mix has got some interesting parts that can really trip you up, but I do like the song.
Another song similar to Poochie where it's very fast just to start off as a bass line and then throws in these complicated rhythms that it asks you to hit while trying to read a 200 BPM song. And then the last of our player introductions, we have Vic on the right side cab, player 1. They're from Virginia. They asked to shout out the Potomac Mills round 1.
So exciting. All the way out here. I know that they tend to play a lot of doubles, so I've mostly only seen their double scores, so I wasn't really sure about how their single scores were going to be, so... Oh, it looks like Vic is not happy about this pick.
as soon as you hear that song preview, you know what
you
you're
see
in
everyone's instant reaction of, oh no.
Yeah. And so did you say Homeee earlier was from the Cleveland area as well?
Yes, Homeee is also from the Cleveland area. This is his local arcade. Homeee typically mostly plays Sound Voltex and 2DX, but also grinds a lot of uppers in DDR. I will say, like, when I come to this arcade and I hang out, I see him there, he spends, like, you know, his little session on 2DX, comes over and chats a little bit, decides, like, oh, I'll play, like, a set of DDR, and gets on and plays a 16 cold, like an evil 16 cold, and you're like, come on, man. Yeah. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? So...
They need to add that as a difficulty. You can have expert 16s, you can have evil 16s. Yeah, so
there are some 16s out there that are evil, but I know Homeee is primarily an uppers player, so having to play, you know, 12s and stuff definitely is out of his wheelhouse. He is not used
skill set being asked there. Yeah, so we have Ohio, Virginia, Missouri, and Puerto Rico all represented on the pads right now.
It looks like Vic is the only one with a play on this. However, with one of our players being well, actually, two of our players being Ace 20 players, they probably don't even have they don't have scores on World, so very likely that they played this before.
Being an older chart, you're going to expect a lot of awkward rhythms coming out Vanity Angel. So again, more chances for you to pick up a marvelous and hope that your opponent slips up and ends up with a perfect grade or a miss. See a PFC from Homeee and an early first place lead for CHOCCY, being 10 ahead.
Yeah, CHOCCY seems very comfortable on this, probably very happy this came up in the random pick.
There's you can see some of those awkward rhythms where the players.
Oh wow, we have tied for first. Oh, it's going back 1 EX difference, 0 EX difference.
This section is going to be really important for the players here, trying to stay tight on these hard to hit isolated 16th notes. All right, we're going to get a short break here. Homeee pulling ahead by 2-1.
I can't watch. This is too much.
Vic not too far with 10. Still a quarter of the song left to try and pick up some of that gap there. And Pimtaro hanging on with a full combo as well. Oh, we are shifting back and forth quickly, and we have a tie.
Oh, I love the Puerto Rico team over here is cheering CHOCCY on so
I wish
loudly.
we could show you that. We have flags in the air, smiling faces.
That is incredible, having a tie on this song of all songs.
Yeah, how do you tie on Vanity Angel?
Oh, they're both so excited.
Yeah,
I love seeing the Puerto Rico crew come out to support.
those ties still good. They're still worth a solid amount of points for the players there. You can still get 2 points for tying with another player in your pool.
All right, so now Orion 78 Civilization mix.
Yeah, the one you were talking about a little bit earlier, an evil pick.
I love this song a lot, so all of the remixes of it. It's a very strange sounding song, but I like it a lot. Oh, it looks like Vic and Homeee have very similar scores on this.
That's exciting.
With only like a 5 perfect difference over there. That's crazy.
Let's get things started.
So this one was Pimtaro's pick, so excited to see how this song, gosh, the song starts very fast.
It does. It doesn't give you really any time to kind of get your bearings. I see really nice PFC so far from Homeee and Vic, having no issue with those very, very fast quarter note drills. And we're close here. Vic not giving Homeee any chance to breathe here, right on his tail. Fight over first and second, but that miss is going to widen that gap just enough for Homeee to feel a little bit comfortable going into this difficult gallop section here. Yeah. I mean, one of the hardest parts of the song, asking you to change up your rhythms from what you were doing before, while hitting these fast jumps as well that come afterwards. All right, Homeee coming out of the gallop section back into the 8th note runs. With a 4-point lead, CHOCCY trying really, really hard to bring that back. But
wow.
Homeee locks in and finishes the song.
Only a 6 EX.
6 EX lead, yeah, all the way down from 20 earlier in the song. So Homeee in first, CHOCCY in second, Vic in third.
It seems
and
like those
Pimtaro
gallop
bringing
sections
fourth.
really tripped up the players, and that really, I feel like that
That's
really
definitely
made the difference.
the difference maker in the song there. If one of your opponents walks into that section and you get just a little bit off, then they're going to pull quite far ahead. And with the rest of the song being more straightforward, those sections being a lot more difficult to make up ground on.
So the next songs we have come up, I am very excited because they are 2 of my favorite songs in charts. We have Cosy Catastrophe, which was Homee's pick for
and
this
your
round.
pick earlier.
That was my pick last night. Very excited to see that song played. Actually, like this whole set, I'm like, wow, this is a great set for me. And then the other random song that was drawn was Sided Love. It is the challenge chart.
So we get to see some shock arrows
Yes.
in this one.
And you know, if players are not used to the bit of One-Sided Love, it is super easy to get tripped up on. It is very much a middle panel chart.
Yeah, if you haven't played DDR in like a more recent era, shock arrows may be something that you're not familiar with, but they are exactly what they sound. They are a set of arrows in the shape of lightning that you are supposed to dodge rather than hit. Not only does hitting them lower your score, but it also blanks out your screen for a certain amount of time, making it harder to hit the following arrows.
The gimmick with the one-sided love is, you know, it's basically nothing but stream, except for the shock arrows. You have to step on the middle panel. It flows very well, but if you don't know the flow, it is very easy to get messed up on it. So.
Yeah, you'll hear us talk about different skill sets required in DDR sometimes. Timing or stamina and avoiding shock arrows is an entire other skill set that you have to apply on top of that. And so when they get to one-sided love, you'll see how they approach it. Some players will jump to avoid the shock arrows. Some will hold themselves up on the bar. Others will step onto the center panel. It all depends on your form and what you're comfortable with. Cosy Catastrophe, banger of a song.
Very good song. A lot of speed changes that really can trip people up if they are not used to it. You know, it starts out slow, gets a bit faster, and then has a couple more slowdown sections that are progressively speeding up.
Yeah, and that is a huge BPM range in the song that makes it really difficult to get comfortable and find your rhythm in it. It goes as slow as 90 BPM and as fast as 360. Very, very uncommon numbers for songs in this game.
This chart has quite a lot of crossovers that feel very good when you hit them, and then, you know, there's the occasional, you feel very good, and then there's that one double step that really trips you up, so.
You see a couple of the players using constant to try and make those slower sections easier to read. Vic coming out of that very confidently. Coming into the first long slowdown section here.
With all of these speed changes, it's very difficult to keep your time in and lock to be able to adjust each time you come out of a slowdown or speed up.
Yeah, and the difficult chart doesn't quite mark where those speed changes are the same way some of the higher difficulty songs do. So without either song knowledge or a good guess, it's very easy to get tripped up on when the song is going to speed up and slow down.
I'm seeing Vic over there doing all of the crossovers, and I'm very happy about it.
So proud of him.
You can double step this song, but it is a little bit trickier.
Yeah, the slower sections are hard to read, and then the fast sections are also hard to read, so it makes it hard to keep a solid form and when you would normally be able to change up on the fly. Coming up to my favorite slowdown in the song up here.
Oh, this progressive slowdown is so good. All the players seem relatively comfortable with that.
Yeah.
A very comfortable lead for Vic here.
Yep. So we're at the final run of the song, and it looks like Vic is more than likely going to pull ahead as we're done with all the gimmick sections. And yes, they finish up with 20 points over CHOCCY in second.
Wow, 39-2.
39-2 is
so
excellent.
It looks like we
that.
have Vic in first, CHOCCY on second, Homeee in third, and Pimtaro on fourth.
Yeah, if you look, CHOCCY actually got 38 on that song, but with a few goods and misses, and those kind of being the difference makers on those more gimmicky charts.
And now one-sided love. I'm very excited about that. None of the players have a play on this, it seems, so I'm sure some players have seen this chart and are aware of it and probably went, I don't want to play that.
I like that musically, this song and Cosy Catastrophe kind of represent two different sides of the DDR music spectrum.
Yeah,
you have the driving and hype Cosy Catastrophe and this really nice poppy song from D-Crew and Melissa. Yeah, and this next song, like, try and pay special attention to the placement of the players' feet. Like I said, they're going to be using whatever techniques they're comfortable with to dodge these shock arrows in this song. All right, best of luck, and let's get into it.
All right. It really is such a peaceful song in comparison to Cosy.
Can sway a little bit more to this one. All right, and we're right into it. Vic holding a PFC through those first set of shock arrows. And CHOCCY as well.
Oh, it looks like all the players are pretty familiar with what the gimmick is for this one, so they're doing pretty good on it.
Yeah, no one seems stiff or out of place on this song. They seem very comfortable.
It is still very easy to get tripped up because of some of the crossovers in this. Your body wants to not do what it's supposed to do, but you just gotta trust it.
Yeah, I like to say that sometimes songs will ask a lot of you, and for a 12, this song does ask quite a bit of you in some of those difficult sections. Even this quote-unquote break, it's hard. You can't drop those freezes. They're worth so many points. You see Vic hitting one of the shock arrows there.
I've seen quite a few of them get a little bit twisted and then have to readjust immediately.
But we've got a close race between first and second. It's was just a little bit under 10, but again, that's one of those shock arrows making a big difference there.
Despite this being a random pick, all of the players seem to be pretty good with it, so.
Well, this song has some popularity as a nice introduction to shock arrow charts. The players have done a good job of navigating around them for the most part.
It looks like CHOCCY's in the lead by about 8. Yeah.
And we have just a few seconds left, and there we go. CHOCCY takes it. Only one miss from CHOCCY. A AAA on that song is very impressive. Vic not too far behind with a 989 as well.
Very exciting.
We're going to tally the results and have a winner of this pool announced shortly. And huge congratulations to CHOCCY, the Puerto Rico team going wild on the side. Love to see.
I love the support that they bring for their crew.
You're going to come all this way. You're going to put your whole heart and soul into it.
There's like 7 of them over.